Today I'd like to show you some basic video editing, and we're going to use the movie clips out of the video editing Premiere folder. And let's go ahead and get Premiere open. So you can go to your start menu and put in your search just PRE. We'll go ahead and use the Premiere CS6. And what you want to do right here is go to New Project, and you want to browse to where your location is, where you want to save. Premiere is kind of picky where it likes things saved. Sometimes it won't allow you to use these network drives, but for today's project that should be fine. If you find that that's not working, you can always save to the desktop and then move to your network drive. But I'm going to go ahead and save it right here. And we'll just name it Basic Video Editing, and we'll get started. And right here on this screen, you don't want to start with a sequence because you want to allow Premiere to figure out what your first video is, and it will adjust the settings to that first video. So right here, just go ahead and hit cancel. We're not going to have a sequence. And we'll allow Premiere to get ready. And once Premiere is up and going here, you want to change your workspace. I personally like the editing CS55, so change it right there on your workspace. And then your interface will look something like this. Now to bring in your videos, you can just go to this area right here and double click, and you can bring in your video files. And they're in the Outbox, Pavik, Video Editing Premiere folder, and just the movie clips. And we'll bring these in right here. And another way to import files is obviously go to the File menu. You can go File, Import, and they'll import right into here. So let's just take a couple of these videos and build our sequence out of this. Let's just take this first video and we'll drag that to the New Item button, and it makes our sequence out of this first video. So I can take this to make my timeline either larger or smaller. So I'll just take this over. And as we can see right here, this is a 10-minute clip. So if this is too much time and you want to shorten this, you can just go to the edge here, wait for that red icon, and just shrink it up. Let's shrink it up to about 4 minutes. And you can take another one of these video clips, and if it's too long for this one, you just take this side and I can shrink it this way. I'll put my two video clips here. If you need to see zoomed in, you can. If you need more room on your timeline, just take this little bar and stretch it out. I'll just put all the video clips on here. Like that. Another thing you can do is some special effects between these clips. Video transitions. I always like the cross dissolve. it was hard to see what it exactly did here, but we can, oh, there's the dissolve right there, so we can zoom in right on that dissolve and see what it did here. And you can always make the cross dissolve longer if you need to. You can take your cursor to see what it does, and it just blends those two videos together. So let's go to our next transition area right here, and we can try to find a different one. Let's do spin, and we'll put that between those two. Oh, and it doesn't like this particular one, but that's okay. We can just see what it does here. Doesn't look like it's spinning, but that's just one of those transitions. Let's try tumble away and see what happens. So that one worked. And then you can always bring in additional audio and put it on audio tracks and put a little bit of music or something like that. But that is your basic video editing 101. Now once you save this, you can always go to the Adobe Media Encoder, and you bring in your video file into the encoder, and you can encode it to MP4, YouTube, whatever type of video media you want to do. So you just go, you bring in your video, basic video editing, bring it in here. It'll take it a while for it to get set up and ready to go. There's that one. And then you can choose the down drop, so whatever type of media you want it to do. And let's see. MP4. This is an older version of MP4. Here's QuickTime. MP4 sometimes works good. Here's your pixel size. That's fairly small. And then when you're ready to do it, you just hit the play button right here, and it will make your video for you in this MP4 format. You can also look through some of these over here. There's Apple, Android. You should be able to find YouTube settings, and you just take these and you can drag it up here as well. So if you know you want to put it on YouTube, and you know you want to use it for the iPad, you can make all three of these at the same time. And then when you're ready to go, you can go to the start button, and it will do all these in the background in the encoder. Then luckily, since you're doing it in the encoder and not doing it in Premiere, you can go back to Premiere and do some more video editing. And that concludes this tutorial.